For sure, this is the oldest piano that we've worked on here at Brigham Larson Pianos. This one goes back to 1815 as best we can, our detective work, according to the piano Bible and some other detective work that we did. So think back to 1815. I think Napoleon was still dragging his armies across Europe in 1815, or soon coming to an end. I can't remember what year Waterloo was, somewhere around there. So that goes back a long, long way. When the American Civil War happened, this piano was already 50 years old. That is very old. So this is a totally different instrument. It's frankly a cousin of the modern piano, and it has kind of, I don't know, it kind of shares the same DNA, I suppose, but it frankly has very little in common with the modern piano. It's a totally different instrument. Okay, built in London, Golden Square, London, and it says here, maker to their majesties and royal family. So I think that's interesting. That kind of also puts it in perspective that a regular English peasant, there's no way that they would have been able to see, much less play something like this. This is really just the wealthy, super elite, the nobility that would have had the privilege of playing something like this at that time. And really our task here was not to do a full rebuild on this piano by any means. We didn't refinish it. As far as I can tell, it's still in original condition from 1815, from 210 years ago, maybe 215 years ago, cosmetically. And really all we did on this piano was just kind of make it work. I would say 75% of the keys on this piano didn't even work at all. And even though the ones that did work, they were nowhere near, I mean, not even close to proper pitch. Like I said, we did not rebuild it, but just made everything work. And it was, the entire action, everything had to be completely disassembled, and kind of like, everything was crumbling and very, very fragile. Things had to be glued together and kind of fashioned to work. And now all the keys work, and now they are more or less up to pitch. And the strings are holding. I don't think that these strings can possibly be original to 200 years ago. They must have been replaced at some point. Strings are a lot less tension than a modern piano. A modern piano has about 18 tons of tension, whereas this piano, I haven't done the math, but I would guess, I guess off the top of my head, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 pounds of tension at the most, though I'd be surprised if it was that much. Much smaller strings, many fewer strings, and they can get away with, this is I guess really the only thing that's resisting the piano from kind of warping and folding in on itself is just this metal rod. It's all they have. So I think most of the work is being done by the wooden frame of the piano itself, and then this is probably just extra reinforcement. I guess the sheet music would go there, and then that also doubles as the lid prop. I don't play classical music, and it almost feels weird to play jazz on this piano. I do know kind of yeah, you can hear that it's sort of and look at this pedal. Maybe I'll highlight that. Just one single pedal, and as I engage that pedal, You can see it serves the same purpose. You can see all of the dampers simultaneously rise. When this client asked us to just make it work, he said, "I don't want it rebuilt. I just want it to work." I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted to like really get into it and totally rebuild it, but after working on this, I'm thinking, no, I think he was wise, and this was, that would have been a much bigger job than, frankly, I think we would have wanted to bite off. But yeah, super interesting project.